People, welcome back. Let's get right into it. This is your brother Damon Paul, Revolution Life Live. Now, this picture right here before you is the legendary artist Rakim. A lot of y'all know him from Check Out My Melody. A lot of y'all know him from Eric B. for President, Follow the Leader. Everybody knows Rakim's first album was a big, huge classic, right? It was kind of downhill from there. And it's not because Rakim is not a great artist. It was because Rakim, time had kind of moved on, so his songs weren't as strong, although the lyrics were always as strong. Now, this man right here in the picture with Rakim is Rakim's DJ, producer, Eric B. Now, Eric B at one point was working under Dr. Dre. So Dre has a stable of artists that work under him the same way Diddy does, okay? So it was only natural in 2000 for Rakim to be like, yo, I'm working with Dre on my new project, which had a lot of us excited, right? It's Rakim, you know what I'm saying? The man working with the great producer Dre. So now everybody knows we anticipated that. They announced it. We followed up on it. It never happened. And recently I stumbled upon an interview from Rakim to explain why it never happened. And basically Rakim said he went out to California to work with Dre, and he said it just fell through because he said Dre wanted him to go at the world, right? And as I continued to listen, basically I understood what happened was Dre wanted him to get into that gangster stuff. You know, Dre wanted him to get gangster, get rah-rah, go at the world, and that's not Rakim's style. He said, man, I want to do music that your grandma can listen to as well as your daughter. All right, so it was kind of a letdown that didn't happen, but I learned a valuable lesson from that by watching that interview. You know, Dre, ever since he did the album The Firm with Nas, Foxy Brown, and AZ, and it basically flopped, Dre does not want to have another album flop. Okay, Dre left Death Row Records. He started being a little more positive. People didn't want to hear positivity from Dre. So he kind of went right back to doing the gangster records. This thing is not to condemn Dre. It's to kind of just paint a picture here. My belief is that when Dre was doing this record with Rakim, there was friction there. And Rakim was like, nah, man, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about all that stuff because that's not me. For many of you who don't know, Rakim is part of the 5% Nation, which is the 5% of Islam who believe that the black man is God. Now, although I teach black youth and I teach black men about their self-esteem and who they are, I don't share this same belief that Rakim shares. You know, I am a believer in Yahweh, the Father, and the Son, Yahshua HaMashiach, which is the Son, the Messiah, in the Holy Bible, from cover to cover. But at the same time, I can appreciate Rakim's stance on what he feels like are his righteous principles. I can appreciate that. A lot of followers of Jesus will probably come out and say, well, Rakim's righteousness is not of God because it's of, what we all feel is, what we don't agree with as far as religion or whatever. And that's cool. I understand that. But at the same time, I respect Rakim's stance on this matter because Rakim lost millions of dollars. Rakim lost millions and millions of dollars by not doing this album with Dre, which would have been legendary. But Rakim is looking at like, man, this is going to ruin my image because Rakim has always had a standard with his character. When he said, I used to be a stick-up kid, but now I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up. This is a hold-up. Ain't nothing funny. Stop smiling, but still ain't nothing moved but the money. But now I learn to earn because I'm righteous. It sounds great. So now I might just, you know what I mean? That was Rakim. That sums up who he was. So young rappers, young fellas, in this what we call hip-hop death culture. And I have to give props out there to my rappers who want to be independent and just love the art form. They're not about spreading the positivity and the gangsterism, and they're not out here trying to kill and rob and shoot. I have to give y'all props and respect. It's, I kind of backed away a little bit from the whole death culture thing because it's not all death culture, but my meaning in that and the reason why I'm termed it that is because the powers that be have created that for you. It is no longer a way out. It's more to turn you more into self-destruction. So young rappers, young fellas out there looking to get into the game, take an example from Rakim. Obviously, he ain't hurting for money. He was able to turn out a multi-million-dollar deal with Dre. So he ain't hurting for money. Your principles will hold you down, man. Can you look yourself in the mirror with your current project and say, this is great for my community, my children can learn from this, or if you don't have kids, my niece and my nephews is gonna create a better future for them. And I'm not talking about like making money to give to them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about from a moral perspective. Can you see that? If you can't see that, you need to double check, rewrite it, and go back and think about it again. Hopefully y'all can understand that. It's the end of my video. Y'all can rate, comment, and subscribe. This is Brother Damon Paul, and I'm out.